LeBron James gets a lot of criticism for playing with all-star teammates, even though only 9 teams in NBA history have won a ring with only one all-star on their team, and that is counting designated all-stars selected in that given year. That number would actually be even lower if we factor near all-stars or previous year all-stars. But to put LeBron's impact on his teammates into a different perspective, what if we set various all-stars who have never won a ring to get an opportunity to be in LeBron's shoes and play in his 10 finals alongside LeBron's teammates? For example, take Carmelo Anthony. If Carmelo Anthony was given this opportunity, here's how I'd break down the scenario for each player. I would need to make it clear that LeBron would not be on these rosters. Carmelo Anthony, for example, would take his spot, and Carmelo's season total will be matched with LeBron, so a younger Melo would be on the Heat, and an older Melo would be on the Lakers. Also, for the benefit of the scenario, we are assuming these teams do in fact make it to the finals. There would just be way too many variables to try and speculate if a previous playoff team beforehand could knock them out. And one final note, I would like to share with you my favorite wallet, the Ridge wallet. It's light, sleek, and industrial. It doesn't fold or awkwardly bolt in your back pocket. It's actually designed to fit easily into your front pocket. The wallet holds up to 12 cards plus cash. There are over 30 different colors and designs from carbon fiber, burnt titanium, and aluminum navy. This wallet is extremely durable, and each wallet comes with a lifetime warranty. You could buy this wallet once and carry it for life. The Ridge team is so confident that you'd like it that they'll let you test drive it for 45 days, and you can send it back for a full refund if you don't love it. Ridge also has many other amazing products as well, such as phone cases and backpacks. Get 10% off today with free worldwide shipping and returns by going to ridge.com/rewind. That's ridge.com/rewind and use code REWIND. You can do that by clicking the top link down below. Thanks to Ridge for sponsoring this video. If Carmelo Anthony got a shot at being in all 10 of LeBron's finals, how many of them would he win? Before we break that down, let's talk about Melo himself. Carmelo is a 10-time All-Star, scoring champ, 6-time All-NBA player, and was able to get to the conference finals as a team's best player. As far as LeBron's teams goes, Carmelo would be the best player on 2 of these finals, that being the 2007 Cavaliers and the 2018 Cavaliers. 2014 Wade and 2015 Kyrie are close, and you can argue Melo might be better than those 2 versions of Wade and Kyrie due to health and age, but Carmelo was 30 by the time we hit 2015, which is him exiting his prime. He's still really good, but on the downtrend from that point on. And even 2018 is kinda close for Melo's credit. It would be a 33-year-old Melo versus a 29-year-old Kevin Love. But I will still give the slight edge to Melo because he would be the primary scorer and ball handler on that team. How many chips would Melo win? Realistically, I only see Carmelo being a 2-time champ. He would beat the Thunder in 2012 with the Heat, and he would beat the Heat in 2020 with the Lakers. The 2011 Dallas series would be a really close one, but I don't know if Melo and Wade would mesh well right away. They would likely be playing your turn, my turn basketball, and things could turn out like how Melo was in OKC for one season, where he had MVP and all-star level talent by his side in Russell Westbrook and Paul George. It's also up in the air if Melo would end up with any finals MVPs. Wade could very likely be the finals MVP in 2012, and Anthony Davis would clearly be the finals MVP over a 35-year-old Melo, who in real life averages 15 points per game at this time. So where would 2 chips and maybe 1 finals MVP put Melo in an all-time GOAT list? With that on his resume, I think he would be remembered as a Paul Pierce type player, but nowhere near higher than, say, Kevin Garnett, who has a regular season MVP and a chip. Next up, we have Charles Barkley. If Charles Barkley got a shot at being in all 10 of LeBron's finals, how many of them would he win? Before we break that down, let's talk about Barkley himself. Sir Charles is an 11-time All-Star, 11-time All-NBA player, regular season MVP, total rebounding champ, and as your best player, he proved he can take a team all the way to the finals. As far as LeBron's teams goes, Barkley would be the best player on his team for 9 of these finals. He would be your best player for all of them except the bitter end, where I would take a prime Anthony Davis over what would be technically a 37-year-old Charles Barkley. So how many rings would he win? I could see Charles winning 4 rings. He would win in 2011 against the Mavericks, 2012 against the Thunder, and one of those Spurs matchups. It's hard to say if the Heat would three-peat or win in the rematch, but in my speculation, they would definitely be too gassed and out of energy to four-peat, and I don't see them losing to the same team twice back-to-back. Then later in the future, his 4th ring would come from the 2020 finals against the Heat. When it's all said and done, he would have 2, maybe 3 finals MVPs and 4 rings. So where would 4 rings and at least 2 finals MVPs put Charles on an all-time GOAT list? I think with accolades like that, you could easily have him in the top 10, without question the top 15, but definitely in the top 10, considering many already have him in the top 20 to 25 without any rings. Next up, we have Karl Malone. Karl would have a near identical run as Charles Barkley. He would be the best player on all teams except the bitter end with the Lakers, and he would take 3 out of the 4 Heat finals, and then add a chip again against the Heat in 2020. He would have 4 rings and at least 2 finals MVPs. This would easily put him in the all-time top 10. Allen Iverson is a tricky case. The best teams to set around AI would be a defensive-first, gritty and physical team where AI is your first, second, and third scoring option. LeBron's teams are built a bit differently. They're set up for him to draw a double team and then kick it out to a three-point shooter. The closest sample size to AI being on a team as a legitimate second scoring option and still in his prime is the time he played in Denver. While in Detroit, there was no clear first or second scoring option, and anything beyond that, he's past his prime. Iverson's time in Denver included some pretty good regular season success, but as far as playoffs go, he got bounced in the first round, once to the Spurs and once to the Lakers. He would be the best player on 5 of these finals teams, the 2007 Cavs and the 2015 through 2018 Cavs. He probably would have the most success on the 2007 and 2015 finals, where Kyrie and Kevin was injured. Even though these teams aren't suited for AI to thrive, I still think he would end up as a champion. I could see him winning the 2012 finals and the 2020 finals, but he would have a monster 2007 and 2015 series. He might even pull a Jerry West and win finals MVP but still lose the chip, but LeBron already kinda pulled a Jerry West himself in 2015, yet they still awarded Iguodala the finals MVP, so it's unlikely Iverson would actually get the trophy. AI would end up a 2-time champ, but I don't think he would have any finals MVPs. Regardless, if AI had 2 rings but no finals MVPs, I do think that would put him in the top 25 all time. In perspective, many people already have him in the top 50 to 30 all time. Now, since we are seeing a common trend with players winning it all with the Heat and the Lakers but not with the Cavs, just shows how impressive that Cavs ring is for LeBron. And that Cavaliers ring is probably the best argument for a LeBron GOAT case. I could keep picking examples of Ringless All-Stars, but most would have the same result. The general result is they'll win 1 or 2 in Miami and of course 1 on the Lakers, because really that Lakers team could probably win if LeBron didn't even play. It would definitely be hard and it wouldn't be guaranteed, but it's still a possibility. The real challenge would be finding a player who could beat the Warriors while on the Cavs. So in the future, the next question could be, could any player in general win it all in 2016 or even 2017 and 18 if LeBron was swapped with said player? Of course, that would need its own video. So if that is something you're interested in seeing, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what you thought of this video. Is there any player you think I should have broke down besides those 4 options? I was considering players like James Harden, Giannis, and Westbrook, but their careers are still too early to rule out if they will end up with at least a finals MVP and a championship ring. We also don't know how they will perform late in their career to speculate how they would play at age 36 or 37 on the Lakers. As always, don't forget to subscribe with notifications turned on and dunk on that like button. Thanks for watching. I'm Rebound Rewind, and I'll fast forward to you later.